Hey everyone, it's Tom again, back with another video for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about Blackjack and show you the optimal strategy you need to use when playing it online. Blackjack can be a really good game to use for wagering any casino bonuses you get or just doing a casino offer. However, it doesn't always count 100% towards the wagering, which is why we normally prefer to use slot machines. But sometimes you will be required to play Blackjack, and so in this video, I'm going to show you how. So let's get straight into it. So where do you find our Blackjack strategy? Well, simply go to our website at teamprofit.com, and then once you're on here, click on our reload guide section. This will then open up this page here with a list of all of our reload guides for different sports, casino games and stuff like that. Simply uncheck them all and then click on casino. This will bring up the Blackjack strategy here, which you can open. Or alternatively, you can simply just go to our home page and in the search bar at the top, just type in Blackjack and it will come up there as well. Once you're on the page, this will be it, and it will show you exactly how to play Blackjack with each and every different scenario, depending on what hand you have, what hand the dealer has, and you need to use this. Blackjack's not just a case of clicking a few buttons. If you're playing it online with an offer, you need to follow this strategy. This is like the perfect game. So if you want to make the most out of your bonus that you've got off a casino, then follow this guide. If you're just playing willy-nilly, then you may potentially lose more money than you expected. Another thing to mention as well is that this guide isn't just showing you how to make money, because if you're just playing Blackjack with your own cash and without a bonus, then you will lose money in the long run, as the return to player is something around 99.6%, 99.7% in some cases. So in the long run, the casino or the website will always beat you, which is why we only play casino games and Blackjack in particular when we have a bonus or we're using some sort of free cash or free bets that they've given us. So this is the tables here. This guide is assuming that you know how to play Blackjack, but obviously some people don't, so I'll just quickly have a run through with you now. The idea of the game is to get to 21 or as close to as possible. You get dealt 2 cards and the dealer will also get dealt 2 cards, and you have to beat the dealer. So if you get dealt 21 and the dealer gets less than 21, then obviously you're going to win. If you go over 21, then that's called a bust, and you'll just lose your hand and you'll lose your money. If you've got less than the dealer, so less than 21, then the dealer will win and you'll lose your money. And if you both have the exact same numerical hands, then it's called a push and you'll get your money back, but you won't make any money. There's a few other different things to take into account. So you get dealt 2 cards and then you get a decision to take more cards, and you can keep taking cards as many as you want until you've either had enough cards, you've got 21 or you've got 20 or a number you're happy with, or until you've bust, meaning you've gone over 21, so 22 or above. The dealer also has to take cards and they have to stop as soon as they hit 17. And then also you get an ace. An ace can be 1 or 11. So if you get dealt a hand of 12 and then you ask for another card and you get an ace, that's now 13. Another ace, that will now be 14. If you you get dealt a jack, a queen or a king, that counts as 10 in numerical value. So as you can see on this table here, we've got all of the numbers. This is the dealer's cards, up to 10, and then an ace. So there's no jack, queen or king included, because the jack, queen and king all fall under the 10 category. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Just got to get as close to 21 as possible. These tables are going to show you what to do in different situations with what hand you've got and what hand the dealer's got. And we split it into 3 tables. We've got the hard hands, the soft hands, and the split hands. So I'll just quickly go through them with you now. Okay, so these tables are at least assuming you know how to play Blackjack, or you have a good understanding of how it all works. As you can see, you've got all the cards, a 2 is a 2, a 3 is a 3, 10, jack, queen and king are all 10, and then ace can obviously be 1 or 11. And then we've got 3 tables to show you. So if you see on the left hand side, all of them say player's hand, and then there'll be a bracket next to it. One says splits, one says soft, and one says hard. And then across the top, you've got the dealer's face-up card, and that's on all 3. What the hard, soft, and split means is the type of hand you have, which I'll go through in a moment, because each hand is different. And then the dealer's face-up card is just the one card you can see. So the dealer will get dealt 2 cards normally. Only one of them will be face-up. So you can only see one of their cards. The other one will still be face down. That's just so it doesn't influence your decision. Right. So let's go through the tables. The bottom one first is easiest to explain, splits. If you look on the left-hand side of all the others, they've got different values. Apart from the bottom one, it's got like 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, blah, blah, blah. This is just pairs. Splits basically means pairs. So if you get dealt 2, 2 in your hand, 3, 3, 4, 4, anything like that, you follow this table. The only two differences are 5, 5. You don't follow this table. You just count that as a 10. You never split 5, 5. And then 10, 10 as well, like 10, 10, Jack, Jack, Queen, King, anything that equals a 10. If you've got two of those, you don't follow this table either. You just count that as 20 and you always stand. You never, ever, ever split 10s. So if you've got a 20, you always stick. So yeah, and then 5, 5 is not counted because we count that as a 10. So normally we'll just double, meaning we'll put another stake in and then we'll get one card, hoping it's a 10 or an ace, and that'll give us 20 or 21, hopefully. So yeah, you can follow this table here. I'll show you how to use it in a second. And then the player's hand soft and the player's hand hard. These are both just sort of normal hands that aren't pairs. So if you haven't got two of the same card, you'll follow one of these two. Now the way you follow them is determined by if you've got an ace or not. So a soft hand is a hand which is above 11 and includes one ace. So if you've got an ace and a 2, that's 13. The reason why it's called soft 13, because if you get if you ask for a card and you get a 10, that 13 will now turn into 23, which, as you know, is too much, and you'll lose your hand. However, you won't lose your hand because one of them cards you held was an ace. So that ace now, instead of becoming 11, will drop to 1. So your 11 plus your 2, making it 13, plus the 10, making it 23, now turns into 13 because that ace has dropped to a 1. So you've got your 1 plus your 2, making it 3, plus that 10, making it 13. So that's basically what a soft hand is. You've got an ace and you can't bust. So you can be on any number. If you've got an ace in your hand and then you get dealt another card, it will just basically take 10 off your score and then you work your way up again from there. And that next hand you have will be a hard hand. So yeah, a hard hand is obviously the opposite. It's a hand that you can bust or like you can't use an ace with. So if you've got, I don't know, a 10 and a 4, the next card you get dealt with, you can bust. It can be a 10 and you'll bust. Not necessarily busting all the time. Like you could have 2 and a 5, that would be 7. That's still a hard hand because you haven't got an ace that can be 1 or 11. If you had a 2 and a 5, or let's just say you had 8 actually in total, you had 8 as your hand and then you got dealt an ace, you would then be on 9 or a soft 19, because at 19 you can then get another card and not bust. So that's the difference between the two. Soft you can't bust, hard means that you can't use an ace and you can bust if you're over 11 or 10. Simple as that really. So I will quickly load up Blackjack and I'll show you exactly how to use it in a live setting. Okay, so quickly just before I play, I'll explain what each letter means on the table. So as you see, there's a key underneath each table. So this key here, this one here is for the table above it. This one here is for the table above it, and this one here is for the table above it. A H means hit, so that just means you're taking another card. Some people call it twist or say hit me, anything like that. Like hit, it just means taking a card. S means stand, so that just means no more cards. I'm happy with what I got, or you might be unhappy with what you got, but you don't want to take the risk of getting another card. So S is a stand. DH is double if allowed, otherwise hit. So a lot of different casinos have different rules online. Some of them will allow you to double. So if you're placing a £1 bet, then what a double will do, it will place another £1. So now your total stake is £2, and then you'll get an extra card. It's just called like doubling down. Some people call it that. So you're just doubling your stake, but you're getting a chance at another card. It's a really, really good strategy to use in certain places. As you can see here, when you've got a 10 or 11, double is a really, really frequent thing to do because it's putting the odds massively in your favor at that moment in time. Otherwise hit, because obviously some won't allow you to double. And then the last one is surrender, if allowed, otherwise hit. Most casinos don't allow surrendering. It's just basically chucking your hand away and getting some of the stake back. So yeah, that's the first table. Second table, pretty much exactly the same. Not the same layout, but the things are the same. So you've got a hit, which means you're taking a card. You got a stand, which means you don't want any more cards. Double, if allowed, otherwise hit, means that you're putting double the money in to get one more card. And then the other one's double, if allowed, otherwise stand. So sometimes you want to double, but then if not, just stand because there's no point hitting. Not really too sure why that one's in there. I don't really use it that much myself. I just stand anyway, but that one's there for a reason, obviously. And then the last table, you've got again hit and stand. So I want a card, I don't want a card. Split if you can double after split, otherwise hit. So with a pair, you can actually split. This is any pair. So if you've got 2s, 3s, 4s, anything, even 10s, it has to be 10s, jacks, queens, kings, or that. Like you can't just do like a 10 or a 10 and a jack or a queen and a jack. That won't work. But yeah, 10s you can split. This basically moves both cards apart, and you'll get dealt an extra card on the one and an extra card on the other, but you have to put a money on each one. So if I've got a £1 hand and I've got 2 and 2 right here, then I split the 2s, I put £1 on that 2, £1 on the other 2, and then I get dealt another card on each one, and I play both hands separately. And that's what this does here. So if I was to split these 2s, and the dealer had a 2, yeah, it'd say split, and then after double, it otherwise hit. So I'd split them, and then I would then go up to the top table and carry on playing as if it was 2 separate hands. Both would be hard hands to start with, could turn into a soft hand if I got dealt an ace. So yeah, this table, and then you've got the split, which is just normal split, nothing else, like you don't have to hit or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what the tables mean. So I'll show you them in a live version and try and get you guys to understand how to understand what is a soft hand and what is a hard hand and stuff like that. First thing, just mute the sounds. Like these are really, really annoying sounds sometimes. Just trying to get you sucked in as well. Never ever have the sounds on. I don't personally anyway. I always play in turbo mode as well, just to get through things quickly. And some websites have minimum bets. Let's see if we can, yeah, minimum bet limit not reached. Let's see if we can do 50p here. No, so a lot of them are £1 minimum bets. Most websites you'll find that. You'll find like some micro blackjack ones. But yeah, so here I've got 18 against a 6. Now, is this a soft 18, is it a hard 18, or is it a pair? Well, it's clearly not a pair because they're 2 different cards. Is it soft or hard? Well, I can bust the next hand. I've not got an ace, so my score is now 18, or it can be more. I can't go down. I've not got an ace. If I had an ace and I hit another 10, I could go down score. So it's a hard 18. Let's go back to the table. The hard table is the top one here, and then the second one's a soft one, and the third one's a split. So we want the hard one, and we are on 18, which is underneath 17 plus. The basic rule is always stand on 17 and above, by the way. You'll see that with all the tables. Apart from soft, you do hit. So 17 and above, and the dealer has a 6. So 17 across to the dealer's 6 means S, which is a stand. So we'll stand here, and then you're just hoping now the dealer doesn't get anything over 18. They got 20, so unfortunately we lost that hand. Rebet and deal. Do another hand. And here we go, we've got 19, we've got 20 against the dealer's 2. Now, as you can see, it's 10 or 20. So what this is saying is, I've got a hard 10, or I've actually got a soft 20, because that 20 isn't set in stone. If I dealt and got dealt a 2, then I would go back to 12. So that 20 isn't a hard 20, like it is a soft 20. The ace could go down in value. It could go from 11 to 1. So go back to the table. We've got 20 against the dealer's 2. So we're using the soft table here. Soft 20, 19 plus, you always stand. So we'll stand there. And we just hope the dealer busts or something. They did, lovely jubbly. We'll still a couple more hands really quickly. So rebet and deal. Really simple to use. So this is an 8 against a 6. Now there's no ace, so it is a hard 8. We can't go lower than what we've got now. So hard 8 against a dealer 6. Let's go to the hard table. 8 against dealer 6. We're meant to hit. So let's hit. Now we've got 18. Hard 18. We can't go lower than 18. Against the dealer 6, we will stand. So there we go. Press the stand button and just pray. There we go. And this is pretty much it. You just use the table. I mean, after you've used it for a while, you'll sort of get it engraved in your head anyway. It's really, really simple after a while. So 12 against the dealer's 10. It's a hard 12. Can't go lower than 12. 12 against the dealer's 10. Remember, a queen is a 10. Hit. 21. Dealer got 20. Lovely job. And let's do a few more. So now we've got 10 against the dealer's 10. It's a hard 10. We can't go lower than 10. And we are against the dealer's 10, so it says H, just a hit. And now we've got 14. So as you can see here, I had a 10, now it's turned into 14. My current hand is 14, so I'll follow the 14. Against the dealer's 10, it's supposed to hit again, so we're hoping for a 7 or less. 15. Now we do have an ace here, however it's still a hard hand because we can't go any lower. That ace can only be 1 or 11, but because we're over 14 at the moment, it's automatically counted the ace as a 1, which is as low as it can be, so we're on a hard 15. So we just hit again, now we're on 20. As you see, that's 17 plus, so we just stand. Dealer got blackjack, unfortunately. Dealer wins at hands. And we'll just do one more. So we've got an 8 against a 2. Now obviously this is a hard 8, we can't go any lower, and it says you should hit against a 2. So it hits, and we've got an 18. 18 against a 2 is a stand, and it's as simple as that. Dealer won that one, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it. And then you would just do this, keep doing it until you've wagered the required amount, and hopefully over the long run you should pretty much break even. Obviously that's not going to happen because some people will lose some will win more, but over a massive period of time you would break even, or like be 99.7% better off, so you'd lose a tiniest bit of money. And that's why we use it for wagering where and when we can, because it's just such a good game to play. Slot machines are normally like 95% return to play it. This is like 99.7%, so it's a lot better. But it's why casinos don't really like you using them for bonuses, and they're normally not 100% towards wagering. They don't always count. So just make sure when you're doing a bonus that you do that. But yeah, once again, table can be found. Just simply type in blackjack strategy, and you just open it up. You can save them, whatever, download them. Anything. I mean, I normally, when I'm doing it, I'll have this open here, and then I'll have like the other page sort of minimized, and then I can just play like next to the table. So I don't know, do something like this, and there you go. You can just play next to the two tables, and then if you do get a pair like 2-2, 3-3, or whatever, just simply scroll down and use that table. But you'll normally be using these two mainly. The main table uses the hard one, and then obviously as soon as you got an ace and your score can go lower with that ace, then you switch to the soft table. And then if you go above 12 and you've got the ace and it's already a 1, then you go back to the hard table. Yeah, really, really simple stuff. If you do have any questions about it, then obviously do fire away and ask us, because it can be quite daunting at first. And I just want to reiterate, this is not a way to make money. So people thinking like card counting and stuff like that, you can't do it. This is just a random number generator, this game here. We're just showing you the best methods and the most profitable way of extracting the most money out of your bonus. So you need to follow the strategy if you're playing online blackjack, as it is the optimal strategy. However, it's not there to make you money. This isn't beating the casino. This is just making the casino's edge the smallest it can possibly be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you do have any questions, then ask, and obviously please do drop us a like on the video, and definitely subscribe, as we're going to have loads more guides coming up soon, and we want you to see every single one of them. So yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.